The Great Investment is a faith-centered teaching by T.D. Jakes that challenges believers to rethink what they invest their time, talents, resources, faith, and lives into, drawing heavily from biblical principles, especially Jesus' parable of the talents. Jakes emphasizes that life itself is God's investment in humanity, and every individual will ultimately give an account of how that investment was stewarded. The book is both spiritual and practical, urging readers to move beyond complacency, fear, and excuses into purposeful, productive living that yields eternal dividends. Core themes and teachings. 1. Life is God's investment. God has invested richly in every person through gifts, opportunities, abilities, relationships, and spiritual potential. No one is empty or insignificant. The real question is not how much you were given, but what you did with what you received. Key insight. You are not an accident. You are capital placed in the earth by God for impact. 2. The principle of stewardship. Jakes explains that stewardship is responsibility with accountability. Everything a believer has, money, time, influence, and spiritual gifts, belongs to God and is entrusted for growth and multiplication. Faith that is not exercised diminishes. Gifts that are not used stagnate. Opportunities ignored eventually expire. Biblical emphasis. Faithfulness, not comparison, is the standard God uses. 3. Fear, the enemy of investment. One of the strongest warnings in the book is against fear-driven inactivity. Like the servant who buried his talent, many people hide their potential due to fear of failure, criticism, rejection, past wounds. Jakes teaches that fear produces loss, while risk, guided by faith, produces increase. Key insight. Playing safe can be the most dangerous decision of all. 4. Faith requires action. Faith is portrayed not as passive belief but as active obedience. God expects movement, steps taken even when outcomes are uncertain. Faith that is not acted upon becomes theory. Investment requires courage and discipline. Obedience activates divine backing. Spiritual law. What you sow in faith determines what you reap in destiny. 5. Investment goes beyond money. While finances are discussed, the great investment goes far deeper. Jakes highlights investing in character, investing in spiritual growth, investing in people and relationships, investing in purpose and calling. True wealth is measured by impact, not possessions. 6. Accountability and eternal reward. A recurring theme is that every life will be evaluated. God expects results, not perfection, but productivity. Heaven rewards faithfulness. Wasted potential grieves God. Eternal dividends far outweigh temporary gains. Sobering truth. Doing nothing is a decision and it carries consequences. 7. Breaking the cycle of delay. Jakes challenges readers to stop postponing purpose. Many people delay obedience while waiting for ideal conditions, but God often moves through imperfect moments. Call to action. Start where you are, with what you have, and trust God for increase. Practical lessons from the book. Discover and embrace your God-given gifts. Stop comparing your assignment with others. Take calculated, faith-filled risks. Refuse to let fear paralyze your potential. Measure success by obedience and impact. Live with eternity in view. Overall message. The Great Investment is a wake-up call to intentional living. T.D. Jakes reminds believers that potential unused is opportunity wasted, and that God expects a return on what He has placed inside every life. The book ultimately teaches that the greatest investment you can ever make is investing your life fully in God's purpose, because only what is done for Him produces lasting returns. For more insightful and faith-lifting audiobooks, do well to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching and listening to us today.